Hello everyone, my name is Sudhir Das. In this section, I will be explaining about file module in MuleESB. So first, I use the file module for auto-triggering the file and reading the file, and then logger will show the output of the file. I have For that I will be using a sample CSV file. This is the CSV file format, comma separated file. And I have also created some directory in my local C drive. Input is the source folder and the output, and then target. Go to the Anypoint Studio, File, New, Mule project, Mule, File, Module. This is the project name. Click on Finish. Let's add the module, file module. So for auto triggering and reading the file, I will use this on new or updated file operation or activity. Drag and drop this activity in the design section. Go to connector configuration, click on add, click on connection, give the working directory name as save file, click on OK. Give the directory name. This is the source directory. Here is the source directory is input. So give the source directory as input and check this recursive. So it is used when you recursively iterate folder inside the folder. Now it is not recurred, that's why it has been unchecked. So click on save. Do not change anything in the rest of the field. I will be explaining about this field one by one later. So let's do it fast. Logger, drag and drop this logger. Click on save. Now deploy this project. Wait for few seconds. Wait for a second. Almost completed. Yeah, it got deployed successfully. Now copy the source file, then file and paste it in to input folder. You can see the output. It is automatically triggering the file and picking the record from source directory. If you do not stop this application, then the source file will be picked up automatically for infinite time. So for now, stop this application. Now go to on new or updated file activity. Go to below section. Here you will find few options like auto delete, move to directory, rename. So auto delete means it is false. So if you make it true, then what will happen? It will read the file from source location, and after reading it, it will delete the file from source location. As of now, I kept it as false. So move directory. So I'll use this output directory as a move directory. Let's give the name. And after reading the file from input directory, I'll move the file to the output directory and rename the file to .backup with .backup extension. Click on save. But for let's deploy the project again. As of now, I have only employees CSV file in the source location and output location. We do not have any file. Let's deploy this project. Wait for a few seconds. It is deployed successfully. Now, this is the record in the source file. As per the application or as per the project, this source file should be moved to the output directory with the name backup. Let's refresh it. Sorry, I missed the name. So let's change it to output. You can save. Delete that folder. This is a target directory. Now in source folder we do not have any file, and in the output folder we do not have any file as well. So now copy this file and place it to source input directory. Now to go to the output, you can see this file content. As per the application, file should be in the output directory with backup extension. So in the input directory no file is there. Go to the output directory. See, this is the file name with backup extension, and here is the file content. Now let's see the other activities in this section. So here you can find scheduling frequency. So currently it is fixed. You can add con also, and the frequency is 1000 millisecond. You can change the frequency also millisecond, or you can change it to second as well. And the most important part is watermark mode. Basically watermark is two types. If you check this, this is created timestamp and modified timestamp. If you don't want to delete the source file, or if you don't want to move the file in other location, then basically watermarking is used. So it is two types: created timestamp. If you select created timestamp and save the project or deploy the project, the application will pick only those files which will be created newly. Suppose I have selected created timestamp and deployed the project, and then what will happen if a file is in input directory, and after deploying this project and selected created timestamp, it will pick only those new files after this date modified time, or after this date and time. That means any new file created after this timestamp will be picked by this application if you select this watermark mode as created timestamp. Similarly, if you select modified timestamp, the application will pick only the modified file from the source directory. This is all about watermark mode. So now go to click on disable. Now go to another activity, that is file write activity. In the file write activity or file write application section, we'll write the content into a CSV file and we'll pass the content as a query parameter. Let's create it. Go to file. For that, go to HTTP. Click on listener. In the connector configuration, click on add. Click OK. Path. You can give the name anything, or you can only put the front slash. Click on save to file. Drag and drop this write activity. The connector configuration. You can use this configuration. That is the file, and content type is payload and path. This is the path where we basically want to write the file, or that is target directory. So here is target directory. I have given the name as target. So I'm putting the name as target. Now the thing is write mode is overwrite, append, create new. So I am using append mode to append the data. Click on save. So we need to send the content as a payload. For that, we need to use transformation activity. Drag and drop this activity. Define metadata. Click on add. With the name CSV file or anything you can. Simple type. Select the type as CSV. So CSV include header row. So here you can do two things. You can define the CSV file format. For that, we can upload the sample CSV file or example CSV file, or you can add the column of the CSV file. So I will pass three things as a query parameter. That is ID, name, and location. Wait for a second. Wait for a few seconds. Wait for few seconds. Since you can see resolving metadata is refreshing mode. It may take few seconds of time. Wait for that. Sorry. Yeah, here it is. Now you need to add this query parameter. PID name PMP. Sorry, wait for a second. Sorry, I'm going to delete this activity. To create the same again. Go to transform activity, define metadata, CSV file. This is the three fields, ID, name and location. It is reloading again. Now drag and drop query parameter one by one. Dot empid dot emp name dot emp click on save. It was the deployment. Deploy this project. Wait for the deployment. Wait for few seconds. Sometimes it takes few seconds time. Wait for that. Wait for the deployment. Deployment still is in progress. Now it is replaced successfully. Right. Go to Postman and PYT equal to 1 EMP name push project EMP location equal to Kolkata. Now send. In a second, go to the file activity section. In the path section, you can see I have put the only path, but I did not mention the file name. So target file name employee details.csv. Why I am getting this response? Since I just mention the directory name, but I did not mention the file name. That is why I am getting this response. So now I have updated that path where I have mentioned the target directory as well as the file name. So click on save. Now what was the deployment again? It is deployed successfully. Now trigger the same. Here is the output. Now check the directory, target directory. This is the directory where I will be. The application should write the employee details.csv file with the content. Here is the file. Let's check the content. Here is the content details. ID, name, location, value. So as I have selected the append mode, let's change the value and trigger the same again. Row from Mumbai. Employee ID 2. Okay, row from Mumbai. Now check the file. Refresh it. Here it is. That is all for this module. Thank you all.